The initial creation of the Depression Center at the University of Michigan was really a nod to the history of what has been successful for other disease illnesses across the country.
The philosophy, the idea behind the Depression Center was stunning. It was magnetic. We would integrate multiple disciplines.
So for example, cancer centers, by bringing together a collective cohort, oncology departments have been able to synergize treatment directions. Same has happened in cardiology.
When the Depression Center was just an idea, there was a lot of discussion about what to name it, and there was a lot of advice to don't call it the Depression Center. No one will want to associate with it. We can't talk openly about that. We should come up with a nicer name, a name that people won't have to whisper about.
I recently had a patient say, "I don't have a mental illness, I have depression." And to me that was saying, this is a normal thing to have. For me that meant we've made progress in how we see depression and bipolar disorder.
The difficulties that we've had in the treatment of depression and other mood disorders has been phenomenal.
The brain has 86 billion neurons.
The rates of suicide and overdose have been increasing dramatically.
Particularly in young people.
We have a student mental health crisis that's been going on for a very long time.
1 in 5 people can suffer from mental health symptoms over the course of their life.
We already knew that we were having challenges providing the care to our community that they need.
The rates of depression are going up.
Our wait lists are long.
We need new treatment development.
We don't have the capacity to keep up in our current system. We need to really get to people when they're struggling and where they're struggling. About 15 years ago, we started a study of first-year training physicians, and the rates of depression were incredibly high in this population. Along with collaborators here at Michigan and around the country, we identified a series of 6 or 7 factors that were the main drivers of that high rate of depression. And it's been really gratifying in the last few years to see progress, that the rate of depression in this population has gone down about 25%.
If anyone could do it, it's going to be us.
It's just fertile ground like you would not believe.
Peer-to-peer depression awareness program.
Psilocybin, ketamine.
Prior mobile tech.
The Depression Center is that space where people have a chance to really think big things.
Medical care is embracing technology like never before.
Each one of us generates millions of data points every day.
We're able to collect information in a way that's now objective and in real time.
And I can actually look at those dynamical patterns, and those patterns are the signature of the illness, not a retrospective of the last month.
So there's real promise in mobile technology.
We're using technology at its highest capacity.
Big data is the next big thing.
Because we want to get to people before they develop depression.
I really believe that we have this opportunity here at the Depression Center that's never happened in the history of the world. We have the best people around. We have the will, actually, to try to do things differently.
Researchers, faculty, students across the world, and particularly here at Michigan, bring their talents to really help come up with solutions.
We work with a lot of different community partners. One of my main programs that I work on is the peer-to-peer depression awareness program. And it was really a reaction to the school district coming to us and saying, how can we work together to prevent tragedies before they happen? We really look to the students. We know that they're more likely to listen to each other than well-meaning adults. And so this is really what the peer-to-peer depression awareness program was built on. And we've seen that bear fruit over decades.
Discrimination yields greater depression, greater anxiety, greater trauma outcomes. So we're trying to break this relationship. What our research shows is that having these open and honest conversations about racism allows people to actually think about what strategies they may want to use to contend with it.
Depression is a really broad term. There's over 1,500 combinations of symptoms that can get you a diagnosis of depression.
We're only successful in treating these disorders in roughly, half to 2/3.
The people with depression that I know are the best people that I know. They are sensitive, they're carers, they're the empaths, they're almost too sensitive for this world. And so I feel like they, of all people, really need high quality care, and high quality care can only come from high quality research.
Right now, our field is really excited about new novel treatments, one of which is looking at what we've considered street drugs, or things like ketamine or mushrooms or psilocybin.
To study psychedelics is not to endorse them for everyone. We're not there yet. We have to be cautious. For us, it's really about the science of how a psychedelic drug such as psilocybin actually goes into the brain, changes the activity of neurons, not just for a few minutes, but in the case of people with symptoms of depression, for weeks or months, it can alleviate their symptoms. How and why?
I think we're at an amazing time in the history of research into bipolar disorder and other mood disorders.
What is most amazing, I think, about the team we have brought together at the Depression Center is the diversity. The different ways of thinking, the different ways of approaching a problem.
The ways that institutions support innovation are by providing opportunities for people to come together and not agree on everything, but rather to disagree on important topics.
It's a rich space for people to come together, to share ideas, to conduct large-scale studies.
Doing depression research is not something that happens in the Department of Psychiatry. Depression research is something that happens in all departments at the University of Michigan.
The Depression Center is such a unique gem in the university, in the world around mental health.
I wake up every day feeling very lucky that I get to do purpose-driven work. I think that is what I'm most proud of, that we have this center that is so purpose-driven, and to be able to see the impacts of that.
How lucky are we that we have donors that have gone through these experiences and are trying to help us make a difference so that this doesn't happen for other people.
Pilot funds, startup funds, that's really, really important.
This is a really unique and critical point of the history of the Depression Center, where investment can really change the world and change the course of not only the center, but this disease and how it affects people.
What really keeps me motivated is the patients. They're what motivate me every day. They're who I think about when I wake up. They're who I think about when I go to sleep.